A wildfire is an unplanned fire that burns in a natural area, such as a forest or a grassland. Wildfires are either caused by natural phenomena like lightning, volcanoes, and extremely dry weather conditions, or human activity like unattended campfires, discarded cigarettes, or sparks from a car exhaust pipe. Around 85 to 90% result from human causes. There are different kinds of wildfires. Crown fires burn from treetop to treetop. They burn the entire length of the tree and are most intense and dangerous. Ground fires burn under the ground where there is coal and tree roots available. These can smolder for a long period of time. Surface fires burn only the dead and dry vegetation close to the ground. These are the easiest fires to put out. To understand wildfires, you first need to know what's called the fire triangle. For a fire to burn, it needs three things: oxygen, fuel, and heat. The air in our atmosphere is about 21% oxygen, so fire can burn as long as it's exposed to air. Next is fuel, and fuel is anything that will burn: wood, needles, leaves, grass, shrubs. Weather conditions like dry winds, high temperatures, and little rainfall can all leave all of these dried out and primed to fuel a fire. And finally, for a fire to start, there needs to be a source of heat. That could be lightning, or if a hot car part comes in contact with dry grass, or a tossed cigarette. Once a fire gets going with a supply of oxygen and fuel, it'll make all the heat it needs to keep going. If there is a lot of fuel, the fire will get hotter and spread faster. In 2020, over 58,250 wildfires burned 10.3 million acres, the most acreage impacted in a year. Nearly 40% of these acres were in California, and the key to stopping a fire is breaking the fire triangle. If a triangle loses one of its sides, it can't stand. A fire can't keep going if it loses one of those three things in the fire triangle. They can eliminate the oxygen. Firefighters use water to smother the blaze, or, if the fire is really big, they use planes and helicopters to drop a pink fire retardant chemical. The water and the fire retardant cools the fuel and eliminates the oxygen, and that breaks the fire triangle and helps put out the blaze. Firefighters have another way to break a fire triangle and put out a blaze. Firefighting teams sometimes dig a fire break or a fire line, which is a strip of land cleared of all the brush and trees, so there's no fuel left. A fire moves into the break and goes out. They can also set a backfire, which means to burn a section of land ahead of the blaze, so there is no fuel left when the main fire reaches that spot. A wildfire isn't always bad. It is actually part of nature's cycle. Baker cypress tree cones, that are rare and found mostly in Northern California, need the heat of the fire to open up their cones so seeds can be dispersed out. Black fire beetles can detect fires from miles away and depend on the warm tree bark to safely lay their eggs and gather food. Black-backed woodpeckers love crown fires, as they get to feed on the black fire beetle larvae, which is their favorite food. Wildfires also clear out space for ferns and other plants to thrive, as sun reaches the forest floor easily. Some scientists use satellites and computers to help monitor fires. Meteorologists track weather to help determine wind direction and when lightning might be a problem. Soil scientists and biologists track the health of forests and the soil. And firefighters work very hard on the ground to help put out fires. We can do our bit to break the fire triangle by making sure we put out campfires and by being careful about where we park in the forest. We hope you enjoyed learning about the science of wildfires today. Remember, if we take care of our forests, then our forests will surely take care of us. Thank you for listening.